Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new series I'm going to be doing. Few things have happened since my last series. Um, well, a lot of things, actually. So, I moved, for one, so it's been kind of hard to make videos lately. Um, Luckily, I still have my other series going, so I didn't have to really worry about that much. Um, but this series that I did have planned, um, it didn't really go through. There's a lot of complications, and there's some other videos I wanted to make as well, and I had some trouble there. I think I fixed those problems, so this should be fine. But since I'm making myself a deadline, I kind of had to make a new series, and so I was planning to do this series, but just a little bit later on, not so early. Um, what this series is, as you see, you're just staring at a blank screen for the last minute. Let's actually load it up. So this is DOSBox. This is the black void of MS-DOS. I think this is Z drive. I'm not really sure where everything went on the screen, but it's gone. So let's see if we can mount C. C. Oh, that's not what I want. PM2. Oh, I did that wrong. Alright, mount C. C. PM2. Alright, there we go. Let's open up the C drive. Alright, and now we begin. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Alright. Now we should be in business. So we'll just let everything configure for a moment. And you will see what this game has to offer. Once it loads up these files. This is a really fun game. I found it a couple years back. I actually watched another Let's Player do it. I really do enjoy this game. It's a stat management game, and it's a lot funner than I expected it to be. And it's none other than Princess Maker 2. So this game is kind of interesting in the fact that it's the first game that was in America of the Princess Maker series, but only technically. So the first one wasn't localized, and the second one was completely translated into English, this game, by Gynax over here. Doo-doo-doo. But before they could release it, Gynax went bankrupt. And so they had the entire translated game, and they couldn't actually release it. Anyway, a few years later, I suppose, some people got their hands on the actual translated file, made some of their own adjustments, and voila, here it is. So we'll be playing Princess Maker 2 on MS-DOS. And this is a fun game, so we're just going to jump in. Alright, so enter your family name. This is going to be your last name, and I suppose your daughter's last name. So, what this is you're raising... Well, I'll let the intro go first. Well, you're basically raising your daughter, and there's like 72 different endings. She can be a whole bunch of different things. It depends how you raise her, and there's different ways to do it. There is a guide for every ending if you want to get it. I think just for this run, it'll be funner if I just kind of go at my own pace and see what becomes of her. Hopefully something good. Alright, so enter your daughter's first name. I want to choose something that is really beautiful, something that will capture what this game and what my daughter is all about. Alright, daughter's birthday. 420, of course. And what else would it be? Enter my age. Let's see. My favorite numbers are 3 and 9, so I'll be 39. Enter my birthday. I'll choose my real birthday, why not? September 29th. Feel free to send presents to the P.O. box that I'm not going to give out for, I don't know, whatever reason. All right, choose your daughter's blood type. So this is actually based off of like what the Japanese believe that different blood types have, so that each of them have different personalities. Um, I want to say there's one that's like definitely better than the rest. Each of them have pros and cons to them. I think B has no. I don't remember. I think B was good. One of them has a con, an unknown pro. Oh, hold on. There was once a city in the world of mortals. Its king was proud of his position, and its people were arrogant about their wealth. Its rulers made light of the gods and ceased to worship them. Its people sank into debauchery and sloth. The Lord became angry at this and summoned the Prince of Darkness, ruler of the underworld. Accepting the Lord's will, he attacked the world of mortals. It was a one-sided war. Also, this music is interesting. The soldiers of the capital, grown accustomed to peace, fell helplessly before the powerful demon army. The ramparts were destroyed and the castle was engulfed in flames. It was clear to all that the fall of the... I didn't get to read the rest of that. Seeing the plight of the capital, the wandering swordsman Xinitii threw himself into battle against the Prince of Darkness. One dark night, Xinitii stole into the demon's encampment and defeated the Prince of Darkness. For once and for all, maybe? You have beaten me. But why are you fighting for these people? It has been divinely ordained that I attack this decadent capital. It is no concern of yours. Something, something, something. Xinitii did not know how to respond. He just stayed silent. Suddenly, the Prince of Darkness disappeared with his army, returning to the underworld to recover from his defeat. Really good music. Brave warrior, you have saved the capital. No, it was I who foolishly brought this war upon us. It was divine punishment for my decadence. If you had not appeared, the people of the city would have surely perished along with me. It was my fault as well. It's the same voice. The king and Emperor's. I can't even read that. Work together, restore the capital. You appear to be wounded. Why don't you stay at the capital? Help us rebuild. We beseech you. And thus Xinitii came to live in the capital and to be granted a salary by the king. A 420, 1209, KD blaze it. One night, when the stars were shining brilliantly in the heavens, Xinitii felt somehow... Great. Xinitii! Xinitii! I don't know who this is going to be. A voice called out to Xinitii from the heavens. As it lifted his head, he spotted a shooting star. Before his eyes, it slowly descended to the top of the hill. He ran to the hill, and there he found a floating sphere which was shining brightly. Ooh, the naked child. Then he noticed that inside the light was a little girl. Don't do it, Xinitii. Xinitii, I am Noot-Noot's guardian, Venus. This darling child has lived in the sacred light since the time she was born. She is an innocent soul and knows nothing of the impure world of mortals. Now, I entrust you with this child. Child, get! Oh, Archie just said right there that it skipped over. That's incredibly important. She says, how I raise her will decide how she lives and how she dies. And then Venus will be watching from the heavens. A year passes, and nothing interesting happened that year, apparently. Look, up in the sky! It's the title card! Wow! And now we begin Princess Maker 2. Alright, and now we actually get to some good music. Good morning, Master. Your butler Cube is at your service. Oh, where's mine? There we go. Your daughter Noot-Noot is healthy and happy. It's time to decide on her schedule for the month. So, welcome to Princess Maker 2. We join Noot-Noot Xinitii on April 20th of 12,010 at the year She's 10 years old now. Today is her birthday. This is Noot-Noot here. So this is the screen you're going to get accustomed to. We're going to raise our daughter. So how this game works, so over here is the menu. It's a point-and-click game, I suppose you can say. So this will be raising your daughter, and you have to raise her for 8 years. When she's 18, that's when the game ends, and you get your ending. And there's different ways to raise her, and there's different things to do. And it's really interesting, and it's really fun. So I'm going to go over the menus, because this is the basic stuff. So first, we have all of her stats, basically. So you can see it's Constitution, Strength, Intelligence, Refinement, a bunch of stuff, Sin, Stress. Stress is very important, we'll get to that. And so is Sensitivity. We have all these combat skills: Combat Defense, Magical Skill, Magical Defense, Decorum, Art, Conversation, Fighter Reputation, Social Reputation, Housework Reputation. All of these are things that you'll have to juggle. And how you juggle them, how you raise them, how you lower them, we'll get to in a bit. But you'll be looking at the screen quite often. Here, the second panel right here, is where you can talk to your daughter. You can have a father-daughter chat, give her pocket money, or scold. Sometimes your daughter will become delinquent due to certain things, and so you can scold her. It lowers her stress, but it's it's not really a waste, because if she's delinquent, she won't care about these two things. So you kind of have to scold her. If you give her pocket money, that's really if she's stressed, because stress is very important, which we'll get to in a bit. And then father-daughter chat, you can ask her how she's doing, her studies, or other topics. She'll answer something different for each of them. It doesn't matter which one you ask. Alright, over here, the third panel is her diet. Master, what policy do you choose for Noot-Noot's diet? This is Cube, our butler. He already introduced himself. He's very helpful. One of the endings, she can marry him if you want that. She's not going to marry Noot-Noot's not going to marry Cube in this playthrough. I already know who she's going to marry. So we have a normal diet, which will keep her average. Over here, I guess we can go up here real quick. So it tells you her diet right here. It tells you her height, her weight, and then her bust, waist, and hip size. And that changes as she gets older, as you do different things. A robust diet gives her a heavier diet, so she'll build constitution, which is her health, and she will, if she's sick, then a robust diet will help her get better quicker. Slim down is if she needs to lose a little bit of weight. Then you can choose a slim down. I think Constitution won't really go up at all. You don't really need slim down as much. Really normal and robust, which you'll be working with. And then there's weight loss. Weight loss, you lose weight really quickly. But the skinnier she is, the easier it is for her to get sick and stuff. And that's not too good. Actually, I did a run with try to get her the lowest constitution as possible. I tried to do as low stats as possible. So I did that run the other day, and so I used the weight loss diet, and her lowest constitution is 10. That's as low as it can go. Your daughter can die, so try not to do that. Alright, this fourth panel is another different statistics for her. So shows her name, everything here, birthday, her sign, her patron, which is Venus, we'd already talked to. Sickness, delinquency, popularity, this is all important later on. And then here, healthy and behaved, it kind of tells you how your daughter is doing. Hopefully it stays this for the whole game, but I'm not sure. Here, height, weight, bust, hip, everything that's right here. And then it tells you weapon and armor. So there is a little bit of fighting and stuff in this game if you choose to go that route. I think we will be going that route though, because that's fun. Alright, so that's the first row. Down here, there's a lot of explaining in this episode, so we'll make it a little bit longer. You head out to town with your daughter. Where would you like to go? So you can go to the armorer to buy some different armor, weapons, and actual armor pieces. That's good if you want your daughter to be a fighter. Tailor, just to buy different clothes. I'd recommend trying to buy the cotton dress, or the summer dress and the winter dress as soon as possible. because you'll need them for the summer and the winter. 'Cause sometimes it gets really hot, so she'll need a summer dress, and sometimes it'll be winter, she needs a winter dress. Um, on my run where I try to have her as like low stats as possible, it was in the winter, and so Cube asked me if he wants to put the winter dress on her, and I said no, and she got sick, and she actually had to go to her bed, and she almost died. So make sure you get these two. And the cotton dress isn't always nice to have when she does not need these two. So the cotton dress and the silk dress is kind of what you're working up to. And the leather dress and the spiky dress are for older women, so we'll get into that later. Restaurant, you can go to feed her, and that raises certain things. Constitution, I believe. Pawn shop, you can go and buy items, or you can sell items. I actually didn't know that. Church. Church is very interesting. Welcome to the humble church. Will you make a donation of 100G to aid in the Lord's work? Don't. I see. How unfortunate. If you have lots of sin, you can go to the church and ask for absolution or forgiveness, whatever you want to call it, and they'll take away your sin. I guess there's nothing wrong technically with having high sin or having low sin, because there's different endings for everything. So you should try doing a high sin run and see how that works out for you. And hospital you go to if your daughter is sick, but she's not sick, so they won't even let me go inside. So there are 2 other stores that were added by the people who actually found the translated game. You have to put in a certain code, and I'll get to that in a moment because that'll take a while. Over here, Noot-Noot arrives at the palace. Good day, miss. What is your business here at the palace? I've come to see the people here. Oh, you want to make connections, eh? You're quite the modern woman. Well then, let me give you some advice. The more important the person you talk to, the greater the effect on your reputation will be. However, important people won't easily agree to meet with you. What should I do? Always be polite. The higher ranking person, the more particular they are about etiquette. So what he's saying right there, here you can go into the palace and talk to different people at the palace. Depending what your social reputation is, it can be higher or if you need, depending what your reputation is, depends who you can talk to. At the top, this is like the lowest bar, and at the bottom is the highest. So the gesture, you need a lot of different stats to talk to, because he won't talk to you right now if you try it. You will waste your day, if you talk to someone that you can't talk to. So if I talk to the Archbishop right now, he wouldn't even look my way. So right now, all we can do is talk to the palace guard. Becoming my friend is hardly an earth-shattering event. Noot-Noot amuses herself chatting with the palace guard. I think grace and refinement are the most important qualities in a woman. Noot-Noot's popularity went up by 5 points. So the higher this popularity gets, the higher you can, the more people you can talk to. And as you talk with more higher-ranking people, the lower-ranking people will give you less points. So you kind of have to move on. So now it's grayed out if you see here, so I can't click on it anymore. Over here shows you the armor and stuff. You can add, so you can put on her armor or take it off, or put on different dresses and stuff for her, which will do. And then over here is the save. You can either save your game or load your game or quit the game. Alright, so this is gonna be fun. Back to the story here. So that was a lot of explaining. I'm sorry, but there's still a little bit more to do. Here, so there's 2 other shops that aren't showing here. They weren't in the original game. The people who found this game added some different things. It's the Beta Shop and the Mad Eddy Shop, and they are very, very important. How you get them is kind of tricky. So in this screen, once you open up the town, you want to press R, N, Q, and then F12 all at the same time, and then press cancel. And then once you go back to the town, they should appear. It's very finicky, it doesn't always work. So I'm actually going to pause for a moment and try to get this set up. And I'll tell you the importance of this shop afterwards. Because it's kind of important to the story. Let's see if I can... There we go. Alright. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. So then, it took like 5 minutes. That wasn't that bad. I've had up to like 30 minutes waiting on this. But here we go. So Mad Eddy's and Beta Shop. So let's go to Beta Shop first. So there's a few things here. Redraw screen, show ages, end game, marriage, harvest festival. It's not important to what we're doing. Once you quit out of the game and reload, these will disappear. So try to get everything that you want now. So this was added in. This was in a normal game. Anyway, so this is why Mad Eddy's is very important. Right here, gold, 500. So the king gives you a salary, a set amount of money every year, and it's always 500 gold. 500 gold is absolutely nothing in this game. You can send your daughter to school for 1 week, and that's $500 right there. Like, you still need to feed her every week and everything. It's not enough. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to get 100,000 twice. That should be enough to carry us through the whole game. I'll get another 1,000 just to be sure. Because it is annoying trying to get this store again. Alright, so I'm going to buy some stuff here. Ancient Milk reduces weight. Buxomized Pill raises bust size. Undress makes your daughter naked, which we're not going to do because that's weird. Demon Dress, Demon Pendant. So there is a few things that we can get here, but I don't think we're gonna need any of it. I might get her like the War Guard's sword and stuff to later on. So I might actually have to call the store back up. Actually, let's see, the Valkyrie sword. The War God sword. Top shelf. Nothing there. And we're gonna get the Royal sword. Alright, cool. So that's really all that we need from this store. Still a few more things to explain. So anyway, this is going to disappear the next time we close this. So, rip. Now our money is down. Actually, because it's really a hassle getting the store back up, so I'm just going to make sure we don't need it. Alright, so now we get into the main meat of this game. Also, one more thing for diets. Each of the diets cost something different. Normal diet is 30 gold a month. Robust diet's like 50 or 80 gold a month. Slim down is 10 gold a month, and then weight loss is 5 gold a month. So you might have to do weight loss if you don't have the money to pay it. So make sure you do that sheet. Once again, it's going into town, pressing Q, R, N, and F12 all at the same time, hitting cancel, and then going back into town, and they should appear. You have to try it a couple times because it's very finicky. I'm playing this on my laptop, and I actually had to get an external keyboard to do this because it would not work on my laptop at all. Anyway, so this is where the main meat of the game comes in, the schedule. What shall your daughter do for the first part of the month? So now you can decide what to do. So usually you have 3 weeks to decide what your daughter can do for the entire month. It begins on her birthday, and so you just have till the end of whatever. You can have her go to school to learn science, poetry, theology, strategy, fencing, fighting, magic, protocol, painting, or dance. Each of these raise a stat and lowers a stat, or raises multiple stats, lowers multiple stats, just depends. Which it will show you once you actually take one of these classes. You can do work, housework, babysitting, inn, farm, church, or restaurant is what you have right now. As your daughter gets older, she'll be able to do more work. For school, those are all the classes you can take. Now, adventure. If you decide to take your daughter down a combat path, either fighting, fencing, or magic, then you can take her on adventures, which last a whole week, and these parts will actually play. You'll walk around and fight different monsters, depending what your armor set is, and what your weapons are, depending how good you do. You can get like grenades and healing pills and different things to take along with you. Basically, forest, desert, lake, and glacier, in that order. quite sure. In that order is for the difficulty. So you want to start out with force when you first train her, if you take her adventuring. And then there's time off. Time off is very important. You can go a month without giving your daughter time off, but it's kind of dangerous. I probably don't play it the most efficient way. I give her time off every month. I think you can get away with not doing that. But she does become delinquent, and her stress does go up a lot. Stress. Every time she does something, every single day of the week, that's not time off, she will gain stress. If her stress is too high, she'll become delinquent, or she'll become sick, or both, and that's worse. Delinquency can mean that she runs away, and you miss an entire month of having her do things, which is very, very detrimental. Every month in the game is very important for you to be able to do different things, and build your daughter how you want to build your daughter. And then you can do a vacation as well, which will be taking vacations very often now that we have a bunch of gold. I think for the first month I will give her time off. So the general rule is either give her, for the 3 weeks, time off, and then school or work, and then school and then work for the last 2 weeks. Or you can do school and work for the first 2 weeks, and then time off for the last week. I've been doing it with a time off at the beginning rather than the end lately. Because when I first played it, I always did time off at the end. But I heard that that wasn't the best. I'm not really sure which works better. I'm going to do time off at the beginning because I'm used to that now. I actually trained myself. So we're going to do free time. Free time. Give your daughter some pocket money and send her off to do whatever she likes. So I'll add that to your schedule, and so you can see it there. Alright, add free time to schedule. Is the schedule alright? Use schedule. So it shall be done. Costs $30 to feed your daughter, because it's a normal diet. And then you can give her pocket money. So there is some hidden stats in the game, and one of them is father and daughter relationship. I don't think father-daughter relationship really matters what her ending is. I don't think she can marry her father. She might be able to. She can marry pretty much everyone else in this game. I'm not sure if giving her pocket money does increase your relationship with her, but it definitely does lower her stress. So if her stress is really high, then you want to give her some pocket money. I'm not going to give her any pocket money because she has no stress. Noot-Noot goes off into town to have some fun without any pocket money. So you can see the stress bar right there. There's a knock at the door, a Xinitii family door. Master, mistress, a traveling salesman has come to visit. So once you have, I think, over 1,500 gold, then this traveling salesman will come and sell you different things. We don't need anything from here, so we're gonna pass and just let him go. Look, she's happy. Right, so your daughter's blood type will also affect her expressions. I think it's one of the blood types, if you choose it, I think it was A, either A or O. She will never smile. It's really sad. Sometimes she'll smile all the time. It just depends. So right here, she's very happy. So I think B was a really good one to choose. We actually forgot to do a father-daughter talk with her, so I might actually have to reload that save. And we can't leave the palace. Whoops. So I've already started this off horribly. We'll talk to the palace guard again, because we can't talk to anybody else yet. And now we're at 20. What's it called? Popularity. So, let's see. So her stress right now is 0, because we let her off free time. Stress at 20 is normal. So if it's that, don't worry about it. If it's higher, then you gotta be cautious. Her stress will also make her, if it's too high, she won't do work or her school as well. And certain jobs, usually school raises stress only by 1 point every day, but certain things like babysitting raises stress by 3 points every day, and if she works in the restaurant, it's 2 points every day. So you gotta balance that out. And things like if you want her to work at the restaurant and cook, she won't be inherently good at that. You have to do something else to raise her cooking stat, and then you can have her work at the restaurant to raise it even further. Anyway, so we're going to have a father-daughter chat. We're going to ask her how she's doing. What kind of person was my mother? I wonder what kind of person my mother was. Well, I guess we'll never know. Because you don't have a mother. The stars opened up and gave me a child, which is you. So this is what the normal months will look like. So I'm going to do time off again. May, yeah. May? Well, for June we'll do something. Alright, so it's actually, let's go to the store, let's go to the town and buy her dresses. I'm gonna buy her summer dress right now, and her winter dress, and a cotton dress. And we're just gonna put her in a cotton dress because her plain dress isn't nice. So let's see. Yeah! Cotton dress is best dress. Alright, so now the schedule. So, time off, once again, you don't have to do it. Time off does raise her sensitivity. So my other run I did with like lowest stats as possible, I gave her time off every single day, every month. And let her do absolutely nothing else. And it raises her sensitivity by a lot. Anyways, we're going to do school. And let's see what we can begin with. I really know what I want her to be. I always like strategy, because if she's a general, that'd be awesome. And let's do work. Housework. Because I want to work her. I need her to work in a restaurant. And housework raises some good stats. There's a $30. No pocket money. So she's going to go off and have a fun time for 10 days. And there we go. Starting today, Noot-Noot will study strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Elwin Johannes Ogden Kruger, known as the Invincible General. The art of war is the ultimate scholarly pursuit. It is a practical, rational science upon which depends life, death, and the fate of nations. Let's focus our minds and begin on the lecture. Noot-Noot is showing steady improvement. So that means that she's doing good in class. Sometimes your daughter will just be bad at things. So as you see, I think it lowers... Yeah, so intelligence and combat skill goes up for strategy. And her sensitivity and stress... stress goes up, sensitivity goes down. So intelligence went up by 15 points, and combat skill went up by 5 points, which is nice. That's all for this lecture. Starting today, Noot-Noot will help at home with the chores. It's so kind of you to come, mistress. You'll be helping me out around the house for the next few days. If there's anything you don't understand, please ask me. Noot-Noot finished the chores with no problems. Great! Alright, so you can see this raises a lot. There's temperament, cleaning, cooking, sensitivity goes... I'm not really sure if sensitivity goes up or down. But what we want is for her to get a higher... traveling salesman again. What we want is we're trying to get her to have a higher... she's no longer happy smiling. Higher cooking so that she can work at the restaurant. It's in May right now. So, in October of every month, there's a harvest festival. And your daughter can participate, and she can do several different things. There's, fighting, cooking, dancing, and painting. And depending your daughter's skill level, she can participate in one of those every year. I think I'm going to have her participate in the combat, but I do want to do some cooking some years. So I don't think I've ever had her join in the cooking, but I've had her join in painting and dance. So we're going to go ahead and save, inscribe a save, and right over here, Noot-Noot Xinitii. Alright, we'll talk to our daughter. Let's ask about her studies. I'm not very good at cleaning or washing clothes. Well, you'll get better eventually. We'll talk to the palace guard again. 8 points, so he's still good to talk to. And yeah, let's go back to the schedule. So this is basically what this game is, until we get into adventure mode. But it's just stat management, raising, lowering different things. Raising different stats, everything changes something else. So strategy, so you see this is novice and tells you how much it costs. It'll go up, eventually it'll go from novice to adept to expert, the more you take the class. So we're going to teach her fight, actually wait, time off. But what is your stress? 16. Alright, so it's not that bad. So we'll do time off, free time, with no pocket money. Then we're going to have her do fighting and magic. Let's see. The mistress' stress seems to be going up. It's at the point where it could be bad for her health. And the mistress is becoming more rebellious. So if you have free time at the end of the month, Cube will never say this. The first time I played this game, I always did free time at the end of the month. I'd never seen this text before. Only when I started putting at the front of the month did he tell me this. But it doesn't change anything. It sounds really dire, but it really doesn't change anything at all. So you can just pretty much ignore that. We're going to use the schedule. Let's see how this goes in. No pocket money, because you only have 16 stress. See, it goes down pretty quickly. If it's like at 30 or something, then yeah, give her some pocket money. This is Carl Fox, the fighter. A battle is not always fought with swords. The secret of self-defense is understanding how to deflect a blow at the last possible instant. This is a basic technique which can be applied to any type of unarmed combat. So right now we're learning fighting. So our combat skill is going up and combat defense is going up, maybe? Going down? Not doing anything? Combat skill is up 8 points. Combat defense has done nothing, and stress has gone up by 8 as well. Your training in unarmed combat is over for now. Don't waver your dedication. So she was good at that. So she's going to be a general, hopefully. I actually have the stats here that she needs to be for a general, and they're very, very high. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to get to them. Anyway, here's Putnam the Sorcerer. Hello, I am the teacher here at the magic school. Let us study practical sorcery together. Noot-Noot is showing steady improvement. Look at that, she's summoning fire. Magical skill, magical attack are going up. Very nicely. I guess she has higher stats than this. Or she's just better at magic inherently. Knock at the door. We don't really need anything. I'll buy a spirit ring. I don't even know what it does. But I'll buy it. Let's see. No armor yet. Can we equip this? No? Okay. Great. So now we have a new month, June. So you can either put her summer dress on for her, or Cube will tell you if it's too hot, then she'll put it on. You don't have to put it on for every summer, stuff like that. I think we'll do one more month, and then we'll end it off there, because it's a very long first episode. I just wanted to get some actual gameplay in after all the explaining. So let's do some more father-daughter chat, and let's ask about other topics. What do you suppose is special about April 20th? Limo, Blazer. Stress is 15, not too bad. Let's talk to the Royal Guard. Up 8 points, he's still good to talk to. Alright, let's do time off. Oh wait, it's July. We're actually going to take a vacation. I like to take vacations every so often. So we're going to take a vacation. Every time we go take a vacation, we have 2 places to go, either the sea or the mountains. And sometimes she might gain weight or lose weight, or gain sensitivity depending where you go at what time of the month. So in July, during the summer, I'm going to take her to the sea and see what that happens. And see what that does. Ba-dum-bum. Funny. Alright, we're going to do... Yeah, so if you're going to begin, just a word of advice. Don't do farm or restaurant. Your daughter will almost always fail. So remember I told you that your allowance for every year is only 500 gold? To get more, you have to have your daughter work. And working stresses her out immensely. So if you don't want to kill your daughter, you should probably use those cheats. In work, after a few weeks of housework, she'll be able to do the inn. Babysitting, she can pretty much do from the beginning. I guess depending on her blood type. And then farm and restaurant, she won't be able to do at the beginning. You'll have to raise another stat. So let's do housework, because housework is important. And so we did magic, fighting, and strategy. Let's begin protocol or fencing. Let's see. Well, I want to have her fighting, so let's learn fencing. Yeah, rebellious, whatever. $30 to feed her. Where would you like to go? Let's go to the sea because it's July. Father and child leave together for a summer vacation by the sea. And see, her weight goes down if you go to the summer during. If you go to the beach during the summer, her weight goes down. I think if you went to the mountains during the summer, her weight would go up, or like her sensitivity would go up. I think something like that. This painting. Oh, hold on. I bet the sea is lots of fun in the summertime. I'll get to the painting in a bit. Starting today, Noot-Noot will help at home with the chores. You're back to help me again. Noot-Noot finishes chores with no problem. So luckily our daughter is healthy and well behaved. So nothing, oh, behave. So luckily nothing bad will happen. But this game can take a right turn real quick. I missed that first thing. My style of teaching is a little rough, but it's good experience and you'll find quite useful. So there are different events that you can do with fighting. I'd probably recommend going the fighting route, combat route, your first time playing the game, because there's a lot that you can do in this game. It's kind of special. So combat skill and combat attack go up, and stress goes up as well. Alright, nice. And so now we're in July. Oh, that was July. Now we're going to August. Great. Let's see. I think. Well, let's see where your stacks are. So 16. And these went up a little bit. Conversation. I won't be able to get conversation up for a little bit. She has to learn a different job. She's sick or anything, well behaved, no delinquency, popularity 36. Great. So I think now would be a good time to end it off here. This is a really long episode. So sorry about that. But you guys get more of Noot-Noot and her adventures. So I'm going to save it real quick. It has been written. And I suppose that is it for right now. We will continue this on the next episode. But I'm really excited to play Princess Maker 2 because I really enjoy this game. So I hope you guys will see this and enjoy it as well. I'll leave the link and all the the link to get the game and all the information and everything about this game, how to set up the cheat. When you first start the game, it might not have sound, so the link will tell you how to do all of that. Everything I know, I'll leave a link there. And I'll also leave a link for all the endings, so you can see what you want to get. I recommend the first time, just going through and raising your daughter however you want to, and then after that you can play the game if you to get certain endings if you'd like. And there are quite a bit really cool endings, so you guys should check that out. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.